this video, I'm going to show you how to score games live using BaseballShift. So the first thing you'll want to do is get to the login screen. So in your web browser, you can go to baseballshift.com and then click the login button in the top right corner, and then choose admin login, and this will take you to the login screen. Another way to get there is you could go to admin.baseballshift.com. So once at the login screen, you'll log in with the login information provided by your league's administrator. If you're not sure of your password, you can click the Forgot Password link at the bottom. Once you have logged in, then the next screen you'll be on is the Choose Service screen. So if you only see one option, you can go ahead and click it. If you see multiple options, then choose your organization that you want to score for and choose the option that says Stats. Then once you click that, you'll be taken to the Stats admin and you'll land on the Schedule page. Once on the Schedule page, you'll want to find the game that you want to score. The first thing you want to look at is this white bar across the top, which shows the league and season. If this isn't the correct league or season, you can click on the league and then click on the league tab and then choose the desired league and choose the correct season, and then say all divisions or pick a division. And then next you'll want to look at your date filters to make sure this is correct. So in this case I'll look for upcoming games, and you'll see games appear in this list. And then once you've found the desired game, you'll want to click the score link to take you to the scorekeeper interface. In the scorekeeper interface, the first step is to add your game roster. So on the roster tab under players, you'll want to check off the players that showed up to play the game. You can either click the box at the top and select all of the players and unselect the ones that didn't show up, or you can check off the players that have shown up to play. You can sort the list of players by number or by name. If you need to add more players, if your league gives you permission, then you'll see these add buttons at the bottom of the roster screen. Once you have your players added, you can also change the numbers in which they are playing. If they're playing with a different number for that game, you can switch it. And next you'll want to select the batting order and field position. So you click next to a player and choose the order in which the players are batting or fielding. I'll switch to a roster now that has the positions filled out. So if I click on a batting order, you'll notice that they put a check mark beside all of the numbers once they are assigned to a player. So you should see check marks for the batting order and for the fielding positions. The designated hitter is an optional depending on if the pitcher is hitting or not. Under the Team Staff tab, you can also check off the coaches and team staff that are for the game roster. So once you have your roster ready to go, you'll want to click the Continue to Score game link here, or you can click on Score beside roster in the main menu. Once in the Score tab, you'll be advised that you could score the game via the buttons at the bottom of the score screen. The score screen will show the fielding team on the left-hand side and their fielding position, and the batting team on the right-hand side. And there'll be an arrow to indicate who is batting. In this case, we have B. Cole at bat. On the left-hand side, we'll show you the runs, hits, and errors. You can click this arrow icon to see the line score. And there's the game status. There is a box to show the current at-bat. It shows the inning, it's the top of the first, how many balls this batter has, how many strikes, how many outs, and who is at bat. Now you can watch the game and score the plays as they happen. So across the bottom, you'll see these buttons which you can click to record your plays. there is a keyboard icon here in the top right which shows some shortcuts. So you could push, for example, B for ball or C for a called strike. So I will hit, so let's say the first pitch is a ball. Then I can either click on ball, or I could hit B on the keyboard and that will put a ball in, or C, for example, for a called strike. Players will advance around the field automatically. So let's give Cole a couple more balls, and you can see that he has walked and he ends up on first base. And let's say that Wolf, as an example here, hits the ball. So we will do a ground ball to left field, and let's say that Wolf reaches first base, and it was not a fielder's choice. And then it will ask you what happened to Cole on first base. He could be out, but in this case we'll say he advances, and he was advanced by Wolf, so advanced by batter, and he reached second base. Now we have Perry up to bat. Instead, let's say Perry maybe gets a couple balls, and then he hits it, but he gets out. So he maybe is, you click on the out option at the bottom, and then we'll give him a fly out, and then it will ask you to pick the fielders in the order they touch the ball. So you can pick multiple, as in maybe Ellis to Duke, but in this case, let's just say that Ellis caught it. So we'll click on Ellis, and then we're going to click Done. And then you can say what happened to the players on base. So in this case, we'll just say stays on base and stays on base. And then the next batter comes up. So most of the plays will appear either in the In Play tab under Safe or Out. You can also do errors as well under Safe. But if you don't see a play that you want to add under there, then there is a More option. You can click that, and you can add less common plays like balks or batter interference, illegal pitches, hit by pitch, and things like that. You can undo plays. So for example, let's say if we walk this player, then if that was an accident and we want to undo that, then you can click the undo button, or on the plays here on the right, you can click the undo arrow. So we can undo that play, and it brings him back and undoes the last play. You can make substitutions when needed. There's a few ways you can do it. For example, on the fielding side here, I could click on Parker if I want to sub him out. And it shows you the current fielders and the bench. So you could just click the player to sub him out with. Another way you can do it is clicking on the field on a player, and then you can choose a sub. As an example, let's sub out F. McDonald. So if I click on McDonald, then I'll choose Bradley from the bench, and notice that McDonald is currently the shortstop. So when I click on Bradley, it'll ask if Bradley is also taking over the shortstop role from McDonald. So if he is, I will click on Update Shortstop Fielder as well. If you miss a substitution during the game, you can do that as well. You would click on the More option in the bottom Plays bar, and then choose Missed Substitution from the list. And then you can choose when it occurred and the team and the players involved. And then there's an option to switch the fielding position as well, if that's the case. I've jumped ahead to the top of the ninth with the Bears leading the game and the Eagles about to finish their inning. So I'll add one more strike, and now the system has detected that the game is ending. So I'll ask you if you want to finalize the game. Notice the game status is currently sitting in progress, so I'll click Finalize Game, and this will change the game status to final. Once the game status is final, the game will be complete, but there are a few more steps you'll need to check. You can click on the Box Score tab, and this tab will show you the line score, and then you can select your winning, losing, and save pitcher. On this screen at the bottom, it will show you all of the plays broken down by inning and the batters, and you can go through the plays. If you missed a substitution, at this point you can add it, similar as before. The next tab over, on the Score tab, you can see the stats earned by each player in the game. Then the next tab over is the Details tab, with the details about the game, like the date and the facility and the field. One more tab over is the Officials tab, where you can add the officials that worked in the game. And lastly is the Notes tab, where in the Private Notes section you can add messages for your league administrator, and these are private notes, so they will not be publicly available. The last step would just be to verify that you have all of the information. You've added your officials, you have put in the pitchers, and that the score is correct, and that the game has been set to final. And now you're all done. Thanks for watching.